too loud. Can someone turn those drums off? Are we going to war? I want to speak to the manager now.
If you're new to drumming and you're looking for a few solutions to your cymbals being too loud, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Evan with The Two Musician, where we help drummers get better, find more motivation, and give practical, helpful tips. Today, we're going over 6 different ways that you can help control cymbal volume. If you've been drumming a while, you know that noise complaints can stack up like taxes. And in this video, we go over 6 different tips to help you. How many wood shavings are down here? Guess. Let me know in the comments. So number 1, use lighter sticks. Obviously, using lighter sticks, we have less material we're pushing into the cymbal. It reduces the impact, thus lowering the volume. Say you use 2 Bs. Maybe switch to 5 As, or 5 Bs, 5 As in this case. You could also use those hot rod drumsticks or maybe some brushes, but try to use maybe lighter sticks. Number 2, apply dampening products to your cymbals. Now this is going to reduce the volume, but at a cost. Doing so using these dampening devices, it's going to choke the cymbal sound a little bit. So while the volume will be less, the cymbal's sound is not going to be projecting as it should be. However, I've definitely used moon gels before. I think Meinl also makes a dampening pad, but you could just slap that on the cymbal there, maybe. It definitely brings the volume down. You could also do duct tape and paper towels or toilet paper. That's something else. You can use the same dampening devices that you use on the drums, on the cymbals. So just experiment with different things there. Number 3, and this is 2 different things. One of those being controlling your playing technique, and that's something that obviously should have been number 1, but we're not really going in any specific order here. Controlling your playing technique, and when you're playing the drums, making sure you're not smashing the cymbals so hard. And often what sound engineers will look for when you're recording drums is they'll want you to hit the drums harder and hit the cymbals with less oomph. And so practicing controlled and consistent cymbal strikes is going to go far, and it's going to help you and also everybody else that complains about your drums being too loud, aka your cymbals. And the other part to this is adjusting the tilt of the cymbal, the angle of the cymbal. Often cymbals that are more horizontal, and the way you hit them, you're going to be able to get a much louder crash. And so if you angle it a little more and really mess around with that and figure out how you like the projection of it, how the tone sounds to you when you hit it. And also when the cymbal's angled towards you, you'll be hitting the bow of the cymbal more so than the edge. And the edge is where you're going to get a lot of volume and a lot of projection. And I did a video or 2 about hitting cymbals. Check it out if you got a chance. Number 4, using thinner or smaller cymbals. In this case in the video, I've been hitting this 22-inch crash, but maybe we could opt for a 17-inch crash, and this is a thinner crash. So if you got a thick crash, maybe opt for a thinner crash. So smaller and thinner cymbals are going to be quieter than bigger and thicker cymbals. I also did a video recently going all over cymbals and the sizes of cymbals and everything that means more than the size. So check that out too when you get a chance. Number 5, this is using electronic cymbals or drum triggers. This may not be realistic for a lot of people who don't have that setup, because I don't, so it's not realistic for me, so I understand. But you can opt for using electronic cymbals or using the sensors where you could get something like similar to the size of a cymbal and just put a drum trigger on there and then hook it up to a module and hook it up to your interface or the drum mix or the PA or whatever you're playing through or recording through, and you can get, you know, the same thing, basically like, you know, you're making your own electronic cymbal, just get the drum trigger and then the padding or whatever you're going to be hitting. So that is an option. It's going to be way quieter because you can control the sound, especially with electronic cymbals. Number 6, implementing drum shields or isolation booths. Once again, this may not be realistic for you. I have a few soundproof blankets back there, and I want to get some more, but using isolation booths or the cymbal shields, which are essentially, they hook to your cymbal stand and they just stop the cymbal projection from hitting the audience. And so you can, you know, use those where they're just on your cymbals and deflecting the projection of the cymbals. Or, you know, you could do the full-on plexiglass drum shield. Plexiglass drum shields, that's an option if you want to use that to help hurting people's ears because they can't handle the drums, but that's beside the point. There is a balance here, and you have to be willing to let go of certain things for convenience or for whatever the music calls for, which I did a video of recently.